Now we are going to read chapter number 7 of NCERT Biology, Structural Organization in Animals. In the process, chapter you came across a large variety of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, of the animal kingdom. In unicellular organisms, all functions like digestion, respiration, and reproduction use performed by single cell. In complex body of multicellular animal, the same basic function are carried out by different group of cell in well organized manner. The body of simple organism like Hydra is made up of different type of cell and number of cell in each type can be thousands. The human body is composed of billion of cell to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? In multicellular animals, a group of similar cells along with intercellular substance perform a specific function. Such an organization is called tissue. You may be surprised to know that all complex animals consist of only four basic types of tissue. These tissue are organized in specific proportion and pattern to form an organ like stomach, lung, heart, and kidney. When two or more organs perform a common function by their physical and chemical interaction, they together form organ system. Example: digestive system, respiratory system, etc. Cell, tissue, organ, and organ system split up the work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to survival of the body as whole. 7.1 Animal tissue. The structure of cell vary according to their functions. Therefore, tissue are different and are broadly classified into four types. First, epithelium, second, connective, third, muscular, and fourth, neutral. 7.1.1 Epithelium tissue. We commonly refer to an epithelium tissue as epithelium. This tissue has free surface which faces either a body fluid or outside environment and thus provide covering or a lining or for some part of body. The cells are compactly packed with little intercellular matrix. There are two types of epithelial tissue, namely simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium is composed of single layer of cell and function as lining of body cavities, duct and tubes. The compound epithelium consists of two or more cell layer and has protective function as it is does it in our skin. On the basis of structural modification of the cell, simple epithelium is further divided into three types. These are squamous, cuboidal, third columnar. The squamous epithelium is made up of single thin layer of flattened cell with irregular boundaries. They are found in wall of blood vessel and sac of lungs are involved in function like forming diffusion boundary. The cuboidal epithelium is composed of single layer of cube-like cell. This is commonly found in duct of gland and tubular part of nephron in kidney and its main function are secretion and absorption. The epithelium is proximate convoluted tubule PTC of nephron is in the kidney has microvilli. The columnar epithelium is composed of single layer of tall slender cell. These nuclei are located at the base. Free surface may have microvilli. They are found in lining of stomach and intestine and help in secretion and absorption. If the columnar and or cuboidal cell bear cilia on their surface, they are called ciliated epithelium. Their functions is to move particle or mucus in specific direction over the epithelium. They are mainly present in the inner surface of hollow organs like bronchi and fallopian tubules. Some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion and are called glandular epithelium. They are mainly of two types. Unicellular consists of isolated glandular cell and multicellular consists of cluster of cell. On the basis of the mode of powering their secretion, glands are divided into two categories, namely endocrine and exocrine. Exocrine glands secrete mucus, saliva, air bags, oil, milk, digestive enzyme, and other cell products. These products are released through duct or tubes. In contrast, endocrine glands do not have duct. Their product called hormone are secreted directly into fluid bathing the gland. Compound epithelium is made up of more than one layer, multi-layer of cell, and thus has limited role in secretion and absorption. Their main function is to provide protection against chemical and mechanical stress. They cover the dry surface of skin, the moist surface of buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of duct or of salivary gland, and of pancreatic duct. All cells in epithelium are held together with little intercellular material. In nearly all animals tissue, specialized junction provide both structure and functional link between individual cells. This type of cell junction are found in epithelium and other tissue. These are called tight adhering and gap junction. Tight junction help to stop substance from leaking across the tissue. Adhering junction perform cementing to keep neighboring cell together. Gap junction facilitated the cell to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cell for rapid transfer of ion, small molecules and something big molecule. 7.1.2 Connective tissue. Connective tissue are most abundant and widely distributed in our body of complex animal. They are named connective tissue because their special function of linking and support other tissue slash organ of the body. They are range from soft connective tissue to specialized type which include cartilage, bone, adipose and blood. In all connective tissue except blood, the cells secrete fiber of structural protein called collagen or elastin. The fiber provides strength, elasticity and flexibility to the tissue. These cells also secrete modified polysaccharide which accumulate between cell and fiber and act as matrix. Connective tissue are classified into three types: loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, third, specialized connective tissue. Loose connective tissue has cell and fiber loosely arranged in semi-fluid ground substance. For example, areolar tissue present in beneath of skin. Often it serves as support framework for epithelium. It contains fibroblast, macrophages and mast cell. Adipose tissue is another type of loose connective tissue located mainly beneath of skin. The cells of this tissue are specialized to store fat. The excess nutrition which are not used immediately are converted into fat and stored in the tissue. Fiber and fibroblasts are compactly packed in dense connective tissue. Orientation of fibers show a regular or irregular pattern and are called dense regular or and dense irregular tissue. In the dense regular connective tissue, the collagen fiber are present in row between many parallel bundle of fiber. Tendon, which are skeletal muscle to bone and ligament, which attach one bone to another, are example of this tissue. Dense irregular connective tissue has fibroblast and mainly fibers that are oriented differently. This tissue is present in the skin. Cartilage, bone, and blood are various types of specialized connective tissue. The intercellular material of cartilage is solid and pliable and resist compression. Cells of this tissue, chondrocytes, are enclosed in small cavities within the matrix secreted by them. Most of the cartilage in vertebrate embryo are replaced by bone in adult. Cartilage is present in the tip of nose, outer ear joint between adjacent bone of the vertebral column, limbs and hands in adult. Bone have a hard and non-pliable ground substance, rich in calcium salt and collagen fiber which give bone its strength. It is mainly main tissue that provide structure frame to the bone and the protective soft tissue and organs. The bone cell osteocytes are present in space called lacuna. Limb bone such as the long bone of the leg serve weight-bearing functions. They also interact with skeletal muscle attached to them to bring about movement. The bone marrow in some bone is site of production of blood cell. Blood is fluid connective tissue containing plasma, red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelets. It is the main circulating fluid that help in the transport of various substances. You will learn more about blood in chapter 17 and 18. 7.1.3 Muscle tissue. Each muscle is made up of many long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel array. These fibers are composed of numerous fine fibrils called myofibrils. Muscle fibers contract in response to stimulation, then relax and return to their uncontracted state in a coordinated fashion. Their action move the body to adjust to changes in environment and to maintain the position of various part of body. In generally, muscle play an active role in movement of the body. Muscles are of three types: skeletal muscle, s- smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle tissue is closely attached to skeletal bone in typical muscle such as bicep. Striated skeletal muscle fiber are bundled together in parallel fashion. A sheet of tough connective tissue encloses several bundles of muscle fiber. You will learn more about it in chapter 20. The smooth muscle fiber taped at both ends and do not show striation. Cell junction hold them together and they are bundled together in connective tissue sheath. The wall of internal organs such as blood vessel, stomach and intestine contain this type of muscle tissue. Smooth muscle are involuntary as their functioning cannot be directly controlled. We usually are not able to make this contract merely by thinking about it as we can do with skeletal muscle. Cardiac muscle tissue is a contractile tissue present only in the heart cell junction. Fuse the plasma membrane of cardiac muscle cell, it makes them stick together. Communication junction at some fusion point allow the cell to contract as unit, that is when one cell receives signal to contract its neighbors are also stimulated to contract. 7.1.4 Neural tissue. Neural tissue exerted the great control over the body, responsiveness to changing condition. Neurons, the unit of neural system, are excitable cell. The neuroglial cell, which consists of rest of neural system, protect and support neuron. Neuroglia make up more than one half of volume of neural tissue in our body. When neuron is suitably stimulated and electrical distribution is generated which is swiftly travel along its plasma. Membrane arrival of disturbance at neuron ending or output zone triggers event that may cause stimulation or inhibition of adjacent neuron and their and other cell. You will study the detail in chapter number 21. 7.2 Organ and organ system. The basic of tissue mentioned above organized to form organ which is turn associated to form organ system in multicellular organism. Such an organization is essential for more efficient and better coordinated activation of millions of cells consist of an organism. Each organ in our body is made up of one or more type of tissue. For example, our heart consists of all the four type of tissue, that is epithelial, connective, muscular and neural. We also notice after some careful study that the complexity in organ and organ system displays certain discriminable trend. The discriminable trend is called evolutionary trend. You are being introducing to morphology and an anatomy of three organisms at the different evolutionary levels show their organization and functioning. Morphology refers to study of form or externally visible feature in the case of plant and microbes. The term morphology precisely mean only this. In case of animal, this refers to external appearance of organs or part of body. The word anatomy conventionally is used for the study of morphology of internal organ in animals. You will learn the morphology and anatomy of earthworm, cockroach, frog representing invertebrate and vertebrates. 7.4 Cockroach. Cockroach are brown and black bodies animal that are included in class Insecta of phylum Arthropods. Bright yellow, red and green colored cockroach have also been reported in tropical region. Their size range from 1 by 4 inches to 3 inches in bracket 0.6 to 7.6 centimeter and have long antenna, leg and flat extension of upper body wall that concealed head. They are nocturious omnivores that live in damp places throughout the world. They have become resident of human homes and thus are serious pests and vectors of several diseases. 7.4.1 Morphology. The adult of common species of cockroach Periplaneta americana are about 34 to 35 mm long, with wings that extended beyond the tip of the abdomen. In male, the body of cockroach is segmented and divisible into three distinct regions: head, thorax, and abdomen. The entire body is covered by hard chitinous exoskeleton. In each segment, exoskeleton has hard plates called sclerites and that are joined to each other by thin and flexible articular membrane. Head is triangular in shape and lies anteriorly at right angle to the longitudinal body axis. It is formed by fusion of six segments and show great mobility in all directions due to flexible neck. The head capsule bear a pair of compound eyes. A pair of thread-like antenna arises from member socket lying in front of eyes. Antennae have sensory receptor and help in monitoring the environment. Anterior end of head bear appendages forming biting and chewing type of mouth part. The mouth part consists of labrum, upper layer, a pair of mandible and pair of maxilla and labium, lower lip. The medium flexible lobe acting as tongue lies within the cavity enclosed by mouth part. Thorax consists of three parts: prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax. The head is connected with thorax is by short extension of prothorax known as the neck. Each thoracic segment bear a pair of walking legs. The first pair of wing arises from mesothorax and second pair of metathorax. Four wings, mesothoracic called tegmina, are opaque, dark, and lithely and cover the hind wings when at the rest. Hind wings are transparent, membranous, and are used in flight. The abdomen in both male and female consists of 10 segments. In female, the seventh sternum is boat-shaped and together with 8th and ninth sterna form a brood or genital pouch whose anterior part contain female gynophore, spermatotheca, pore, and collateral gland. In male, genital pouch of chamber lies at hind end of abdomen, bounded dorsally by ninth and 10th terga and ventrally by ninth sternum. It contains dorsal anus, ventral male genital pore, and gynopophysis. Male bear a pair of short thread like anal style which are absent in female. In both sexes, the 10th segment bear a pair of jointed filamentous structure called anal cerci. 7.4.2 Anatomy. The alimentary canal present in both cavity is divided into three regions: foregut, hindgut, hindgut. The mouth open into short tubular pharynx leading to narrow tubular passage called esophagus. This is turned open into a sac-like structure called a crop used for storming of food. The crop is followed by gizzard or proventriculus. It has an outer layer of thick circular muscle and thick inner cuticle forming six highly chitinous plates called teats. Gizzard help in grinding the food particle. The entire foregut is lined by cuticle. A ring of 6 and 8 blind tubule called hepatic and gastric cicae is present at junction of foregut and midgut, which secrete digestive juice. At the junction of midgut and hindgut is present another ring of 100 to 150 yellow colored thin filamentous Malpighian tubule. They help in removal of excretory product from hemolymph. The hindgut is broader than midgut and differentiated into ileum, colon, and rectum. The rectum opens out through anus. The blood vascular system of cockroach is an open type. Blood vessels are poorly developed and open into space. Hemocoli. The visceral organ located in the hemocoli are Bath in blood, hemolymph. The hemolymph is composed of colorless plasma and hemocyte. Heart of cockroach consists of elongated muscular tube lying along with mid-dorsal line of thorax and abdomen is differentiated into funnel-shaped chamber with ostia on either side. Blood from sinus enters heart through ostia and is pumped anteriorly to sinus again. The respiratory system consists of the network of trachea that opens through 10 pair of small holes called spiracle present on lateral side of body. Thin branch of tubule, trachea tube subdivided into tracheoles, carry oxygen from the air of all parts. The opening of the spiracles is regulated by sphincters. Exchange of the gases takes place at the tracheals by diffusion. Exchange is performed by Malpighian tubule. Each tubule is lined by glandular and ciliated cell. They absorb nitrogenous waste product and convert them into uric acid, which is exerted out through the hindgut. Therefore, this insect is called uricotelic. In addition, the fat body, nephrocyte, and uricoglands are also help in excretion. The nerve system of cockroach consists of series of fused, segmentally arranged ganglia joined by paired longitudinal connective on the ventral side. Three ganglia lie in the thorax and six in abdomen. The nerve system of cockroach is spread through the body. The head hold a bit of nerve system while rest of substitution along with ventral belly side part of its body. So now you understand that if the head of cockroach is cut off, it will live for long as 1 week. In the head region, brain is represented by supraesophageal ganglia, which supply nerves to antenna and compound eyes. In cockroach, the sense organs are antenna, eye, maxillary bulb, labial bulb, and anal cerci, etc. The compound eye are situated at dorsal surface of the head. Each eye consists of about 2000 hexagonal omnitatial which help in several omnitidia. A cockroach can receive several images of an object. This kind of vision is known as mosaic vision with some more sensitivity but less resolution, being common during night. Cockroaches are dioecious and both sexes have well developed reproductive organ. Male reproductive system consists of pair of testes, one lying on each lateral side is 4 to 6 abdominal segment. From each tissue arises a thin vas differentia which open in ejaculatory duct through seminal vesicle. The ejaculatory duct open into male gynophore situated ventral to anus. A characteristic mushroom shaped gland is present in the 6th and 7th abdominal segment, in which function as an accessory reproductive gland. The external genitalia are represented by male gynoephysis or phallomere. The sperm are stored in seminal vesicle are glued together in the form of bundle called spermatophore, which are discharged during copulation. The female reproductive system consists of two large ovaries lying laterally in the 2 to 6 abdominal segment. Each ovary is formed of group of 8 ovarian tubules or ovarioles contain a chain of developing oviduct of each ovary until into a single median oviduct, also called vagina, which open into genital chamber. A pair of spermatheca is present in sixth segment, which open into genital chamber. Sperm are transferred through spermatophores. This fertilized egg are encased is in capsule called ootheca. Ootheca is a dark reddish to blackish brown capsule, about 8 mm long. They are dropped or glued to suitable surface, usually in crack of cervix of high relative humidity near a food source. On an average, female produce 9 to 10 ootheca, each contain 4 to 16 eggs. The development of P. americana is parametabolous, meaning there is development through nymphal stage. The nymphs look very much like adult. The nymphs grow by molting about 30 times to reach the adult form. The next to last nymphal stage has wing pad, but only adult cockroach have wing. Many species of cockroach are wild and are known economic important yet. A few species thrive in amount human habitat. They are pests because they spoil food and contaminate it with their smelly etc. They can transmit a variety of bacterial disease by contaminating food material. Thank you.